God, everybody? Trey here, and this is our fifth installment of these basic theory lessons. On tonight I want to tackle, or today, whenever you're watching this, I want to tackle inversions. It'll be a very simple, quick lesson. In the key of D flat, let's go to the key of F sharp. Been playing in D flat a lot of these lessons. Let's do a different key. All right, inversion. Basically, it means a rearranging of the notes in the chord. Okay? So in the key of F sharp, if I'm playing F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, key of G flat, So if I'm playing G flat, B flat, and D flat, I'm playing 3 notes. However many notes are in a chord, that's how many chords you can play, okay? So for the key or the chord G flat major, I can actually play it, rearranging the notes 3 different ways, okay? Now I usually teach beginners to use the 2-finger method for your top 2 keys and play the bottom note with another finger, so you can see how this works. All you're doing is displacing 1 note. So G flat major, this is called when the key note, or the note that I'm trying to play, the key of the song rather, is on the bottom. That's always the root, as we learned earlier. So that's called the root position, okay? So to get to an inversion, the first inversion, all I need to do is take that root and skip up an octave. So you can see, doing it that way, it's the same chord, but that G flat has been inverted, okay? So that's a G flat major in first inversion. But since I have 3 notes in this chord, I can do the same thing again. I can take the B flat now that's on the bottom and hop to the top. And that's a G flat in second inversion. Very simple. So as I stated, it depends on how many notes that you actually have in the chord. So let's say I have a C dominant, just stay in the same key, G flat dominant 7. So now I have G flat, B flat, D flat, and E. I can do the same thing, but now I have 4 different chords. Okay? So this gives you a lot more mobility and flexibility in your playing, because when you start off, you're typically playing a lot of things in root position, okay? So I'll show you how this would apply in context. So a typical chord progression, as we talked about before here, is the 1, 5, 6, 4, okay? So I'm going to play it, playing every chord in root position, okay? Actually not that bad for a song like that, because it's pretty simple. But I did a whole lot of jumping around from the G flat. See that jump? To get to the 5, to the 6. Now I've got to hop back to the 4. But understanding inversions, I can do the same progression without doing much movement at all. So let's try that. See, this will help you when you get into more complex songs, and especially those of you who play the organ too. Your voicings cannot be the same, and voicing is pretty much how you position a chord within a song context. How you play a chord, how high, how low, and the placement, the inversion, you cannot play the exact same way that you play on the piano. I can do something like this on the piano, but on the organ, it sounds a little, that's actually not bad. Let's take it down a little deeper. I can even get away with that on keys, but on the organ, it's starting to sound a little muddy. But of course, this is a digital organ, so it's not giving me the true register. On a real Hammond, if I'm playing that low in the bass, it'll sound like trash. Sound pretty muddy. Okay? So let's just try one more key, just for example. What's a key people don't like to play in? B. Okay? So how would I invert? This is B major. How would I play the second inversion? Okay? So you noticed I skipped an inversion. So first inversion would be here. The second inversion would be here. Okay. And just for a little extra credit, and this deals with voicings, how you position notes also. So you can always play a chord this way. This is called a closed voicing, okay? Your basic triad position. I can also take this second tone and move that up an octave. Okay? This is also a B flat major. Now my hand is not quite big enough in this key to play the voicing correctly. Let's see a key I can do it in. Okay, back to the key of G flat, should have stayed there. That is still a G flat major chord. Okay? But that's getting a little bit more advanced, but I just wanted to throw that in there. Very simple lesson, okay? So, an inversion is the rearranging of the notes in a chord. However many notes are in that chord is how many chords that you can play for that chord. All right, God bless you, and as always, thanks for watching. Just a little note. I've noticed that some of you have fallen by the wayside along the way. I don't know if you're just busy or maybe you got a little bit too far behind. But I am trying to provide this free help for those who really want to know their fundamentals. And if you really would apply yourself, I'm confident that it will bless you and help you along the way. Even if you can already play, we have to understand, even if we're skillful, everybody is not given the gift of music as naturally as we were. But it doesn't mean they can't learn. I was talking to my father the other day. You know, he was talking about how it's just not as easy for everybody to just pick up an instrument. Like he picked up the bass and I picked up the keys. But on the same token, it's also not easy for everybody to learn English when they start school in mathematics and you get up into algebra and different things. But everybody has to go, you know, through the curriculum and they learn it for the most part. So learning a skill is not always contingent upon the individual alone, but also the teacher. If you can effectively teach somebody something, if they have the will and the determination, they can learn to do it. I'm pretty confident I can teach almost anybody how to play something, but they have to do their part, okay? All right, I may do one, at the most 2 more lessons after this. I hope it's been a blessing to you. And as always, keep on practicing, keep praying. God bless you.